Hey everyone, welcome back to another video of Las Cretaceous in Jurassic World Evolution 3. So for today's build, we're going to be building a mountain canyon with a large aviary that wraps around about half of it. So this build took me not too long, took me a couple of hours to do, got it done in one day because I didn't take any breaks in between really, and I had a lot of fun building this actually. I really enjoyed building it. It actually it was good. It was a good process. I liked wrapping the canyon slash mountain up in rocks and stuff. I liked building the Aviary in a very completely different biome compared to sort of the desert, I guess. I mean, most of the park is sort of tropical Mediterranean, but in the Aviary it just seems more natural because it's like a biodome in a way. And then on top, we don't have anything crazy, just a restaurant, hotels, and a small Moros intrepidis enclosure. So yeah, this build's pretty fun, like eventually when I upload this park on the workshop, I think this will be the highlight of the build, you know. Obviously a lot of the park's pretty good, but I feel like this will be one of the highlights. It gives off like a sort of Batcave sort of vibe, I guess. Not really, but a little bit, if you get what I'm saying. There's a river on the inside that wraps around, starts from a lake with a big stream, it looks really nice in the end. I've also updated the herbivore enclosure, the sauropod enclosure, actually, a bit more. I've just updated it, made it bigger. I've sort of changed a bit of the fencing, I've sort of copied the petting zoo kind of fencing that I used, of course. So you'll see that a bit later on in the video. I don't want to talk for heaps long, I just want to say that if anyone has any ideas for future builds and whatever, just drop them in now because I could use some honestly. I've got an idea, of course, what I'm going to build for the rest of the park, but I wouldn't mind having some suggestions. So without further ado, I'm just going to put on the speed build, just going to put on some music for you guys, and you'll probably see me in about 15 minutes. So here we are in the finished mountain build of Las Cretaceous. So let's go straight into first person and take a tour of the new area. So firstly we start with this aviary, this really long aviary actually, which wraps around almost half the mountain itself. So if we look here, I've obviously built it in to the sort of canyons, you know, it's very rocky and stuff, kind of gives off like a sort of back cave kind of vibe. Not really, but like just an idea, I guess. And it's very tropical, very lush, you know, I wanted it to be that. I kind of wanted it to be like you go in there and it's like a different biome almost to the rest of the desert park. And then we've got 3 species of pterosaurs in here. We've got pteranodons, as you can see, the Jurassic Park variants. We've got
this aviary is a
Jara. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, so I'm still getting used to saying it. But they're in here, and we've also got 2 Thanatos dracons, which normally stay around this area, but right now they're not, so we'll see them soon probably. There we go. Oh, that's their pteranodons. You can see one far back there though. We'll get out of here though, because it wraps around obviously, and it's like a river. So we just got some decorations here, nothing crazy. And then I've obviously built the fence out here, so this enclosure has just gotten way larger in general. I've copied the sort of petting zoo kind of fence I've gone with, which is like just this. You get a sort of better view and a more clear view. Just added rocks in here, you know, make it a bit more natural looking, like the other side over there. And then we'll take another look at the aviary through here.
For joining us on this special park tour.
So as you can see, it's very lush, of course. Got a lot of bamboo. It's a big river. It looks pretty good though. The only issues that the cage clips through is really down there, but along here it's actually really good. I did a pretty good job. Pteranodon right there. But yeah, we'll go over to the next one. So of course, yeah, you walk by here, get another good view, and then there's just planters and lights, you know, to light it up a bit, double layered paths. And then going here, which is the last viewing point, we've got a river where it starts, it's actually more of a lake.
With the help of world
Goes down here, wraps around, of course.
We constructed this terrific enclosure to safely and securely house our majestic pterosaurs.
There's our female Thanatos draken. A few pteranodons staying around here. I do wish they all walked more. It's so cool when they walk, but they don't do it enough. Thanatos does it a little bit, but the rest of them don't do it enough. So it's definitely a shame, but it's still it's the right step in the right direction, you know. So Frontier just needs to update them a bit, you know, update some of the diets of the pterosaurs, let them walk a little bit more. Maybe when they bring back returning Evolution 2 species to the
This
Aviary,
aviary is a
just
custom-built.
update them a bit. See, he just wraps around as well, nothing crazy this way, just goes to the hatchery. So we'll get out of here now, and then we'll take a look up here. So it starts out here outside the Hyperloop, it just connects to the main entrance over there. And this canyon's pretty large, you know, so we have this really nice pathing, this very tile-like pathing, which is really nice. We walk over here with very sort of open but lush habitat for the Moros intrepidis. We've got about 15 of them, I think. We've got a few babies, a few adults. And yeah, they're going strong right now. They're pretty happy. And the only thing is I should have used the smaller fence, but I just didn't select it for some reason. So we'll go around here. Got this little plaza for the guests to rest on, of course. Have a look out there into the exhibit. You sit on these benches? No. And then we have a statue of the Brachiosaurus, which is kind of surrounded by lush plants, of course. Then over here, just to fill in the space a bit better, I've added a viewing platform up here to get a good view of the park, you know. That's what I wanted for a while, just to give views of the park. And you can sort of see the entire park from here, you know. You may not get the best view of just like down there, the steepness of it, but you get a good view all around. And we'll walk up here a bit, we've got a hotel, another hotel, Jurassic Park buildings. I kind of wanted this to be a bit more Jurassic Park themed, this section, you know. I just thought the hotels suit better into like a lookout and stuff. And then yeah, obviously this pathing's a bit different. Stony, like pathing, you know. Okay, that bench is around the wrong way, but is what it is. Little area here before obviously going to the two sections, and then you got a restroom here. Then obviously the Moros starts at a lake, goes down into a waterfall, which is pretty nice. And I've built this bridge personally, so we can't really walk onto it, so I'll just get off here. But this is what the waterfall looks like. It's pretty large. Will be used in the future episodes, coming episodes, because next I'm going to build out here. And the episode after that, I'm probably going to build another aquatic area over here with the Megalodon. So this bridge, it's kind of basic, you know, it's kind of flat, which I didn't want it to be. But you can't, for some reason, tilt the like floor pieces and stuff, so I was kind of limited. And I was just like, okay, it's gonna have to be flat. I'll make it like pretty nice looking though, you know. I feel like the sort of barriers and I guess fences on the bridge itself suit the floor tiling and stuff. The benches suit, the lights suit, you know, it all suits together pretty well, you know. I just wish I could have curved the bridge up a bit more. But yeah, I couldn't for some reason. There's probably other pieces I could have used, but I liked how these looked together, so I just wasn't bothered. And then of course, Moros over here. Can't even click on him sometimes. Yeah, here we go. Here's a juvenile. You know, I feel like the juveniles were they were the size of them in the last game. I feel like the adults got upscaled a little bit, because it was like in the last game, you would barely ever see the adults walking around. But it's like, I feel like they got a bit upscaled in this game, and the babies are just a little bit smaller than the adults in the last game, just so you can see them better, have more size changes, because it's just like, if you imagine, because like in the last game, you'd barely see them looking around, but from here, like I can still point them out a bit, you know, like I can slightly see them. So it's weird to me. I think the adults probably got upscaled the tiniest bit, and the juveniles maybe got only a little bit smaller than the adults in the last game. But you know, I'm fine with it, you know, I don't really mind. The only thing I do find weird is how, I've actually noticed this for a bit, the viewing platforms, the visibility only counts towards forwards. It only counts, if we have a look at other viewings here, it only goes forward. But the thing is, we have the windows in the back, so it should be like a 360 view sort of thing, and you can look out here as well. It should be 360, it's just not. So Frontier, please change that, it'd be way more helpful in challenge mode and campaign. just a small update, just a small quality of life thing, you know, so please update it. See, this is it all around, you know, the canyon's very round, you know, there's nothing too crazy to the shape. I didn't want it to be humongous, you know. I was like, I just want it to be a bit bigger than the amphitheater, and I think I did a good job with that. Also because it has to be level with the Avairys. But yeah, I think I did a pretty good job. Obviously, next episode I'm going to build a carnivore enclosure out here, and then I'm going to build a Cretaceous cruise tour, which will lead into the next aquatic area. And then over here, of course, you got the hybrids and stuff, which will be like probably done in like a month or something, but we'll see. So thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. Drop any comments, any feedback, you know, any ideas you got for me. And see you guys later. Have a great day.